So we'll now talk about the print statement, and the print statement will probably be one of the most important statements early in your Python programming, so pay attention. So let's see, let's first define a string here, and the interpreter understands the string and prints it back in this format. I can explicitly ask the interpreter to print it, and the outcome is slightly different. You'll notice that the single quotes are missing. Okay, so this is using print, which outputs a slightly more pretty output to the input. So if I cut and paste the following, so I assign 100 to my kilo, 1.75 to my tallness, and then I decide to print the aggregate of my weight is my kilo I am, and my tallness, or my height, and I get this many meters tall. Okay, so this is all good. I can also ask to print two lines in one command line, so I can separate different commands with semicolon. That's common in Python or in programming languages in general. So here I ask to print two lines in a row. But sometimes you don't want to split the several outputs into different lines. So you can do this, you can achieve this by putting a comma after the string that you want to print, and then nothing else, and then semicolon. And the outcome of that is that the first is printed, but we're not starting a new line afterwards. Okay, so conversely, you might want to use just one command line to print several lines, and this can be done in this way. So this explicitly instructs Python to consider this part as a new line character within a string. So Python starts printing the string, starts printing line 1, and then the new line character brings it to the next line, and then it prints line 2. Okay, sometimes you want to define very long strings spanning several lines, and then the /n technique becomes a bit cumbersome. So instead, Python has this advantage of the triple quote. So the triple quote defines a string, and Python should not mess with the content inside. And this is, once you start this triple string, the interpreter knows to expect a long string and starts giving you 3 little dots where you can enter your string. So if I do this, I get this output because I've explicitly entered the string, and the spacing, all that is kept. Okay, and finally, I can print this string, and I get that. So this is meant to indicate the difference with the previous line is in the quote. The quote has a special meaning. The single and the double quotes have special meanings in Python. And so we want to explicitly indicate to Python that here we mean the character quote and not the character with special meaning. And so we escape the character, that's the technical term. So we put a backslash in front of it, and the result is this. So you might ask me, okay, so I can use backslash to escape. How will I escape an escape? How will I escape the backslash? Well, you just do it the way we just saw. So this is a backslash would be obtained with this. Okay, so we've seen now the basics of the print statement, and we can start doing more complicated things with that.